Eugene. What a great place. So beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. So you might have heard that I just got back from Indiana, and that was very, very successful. They are great people. They're incredible people. Bobby Knight helped me a lot, I have to tell you. Bobby Knight, he was great. Tough and smart. And he likes to win. Our country doesn't win anymore. He likes to win. I like people that want to win, right? We got to win, right? Better believe it. But we had an incredible period of time. And, you know, I started off, there were a total of 18, actually, if you add Gilmore. We'll add Gilmore, right? So with Gilmore, it was 18 people, senators, governors, people of very, very substantial success. And one after another, 1, 2, 3. I love it. Do you love it? Do you love it? And many people, they're talking it as a phenomenon. Look at this. We come up here. It's an afternoon. We're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be going out doing whatever the hell you want to do. And here we are. We sit together. And I'll tell you, this is something special that's happening, folks. It really is. It's something special. And it's all over like this. We go to Alabama. We had 35,000 people. We'd have as big as the auditorium. Look at this big room, and look right back to the corners. By the way, you have thousands of people outside. Please, please, Mr. Fire Department, let them in, okay? Just let them in. Let them in. We have plenty of exits, right? Besides that, what's gonna burn? It's a concrete floor. There's not a lot, right? So we had, they're coming in now. Do you want us to wait about an hour or not? No, the hell with them, right? The hell with them. No, they're coming in as we speak. But we had an amazing period of time. You know, we had 18 people all together. And when I first started, they all said, these are the most talented, this is the most talented group of people. I remember from Fox, Charles Krauthammer. Very average, believe me. He's a very average up here. So he was up, now he is. He thinks he's not average. You know, he was pushing the war in Iraq. Oh, we gotta go in the war. Great job. $4 trillion later, we got nothing. We have nothing. So he was pushing it. But Charles Krauthammer, I remember, before I decided to do this, he said, we have the finest group of talent ever assembled in the history of Republican politics, right? In the history of Republican politics, there's been nothing like this group. There's no reason for Donald Trump to ever enter this race. The talent is extraordinary. So, you know, but I hear that, and what do I know? I don't do this. I've been doing this for 9 months, so what the hell do I know? So I'm listening to this guy, and I've watched him, and he makes so many errors, and nobody catches him on it, although O'Reilly sometimes does. But I'm listening to this guy, so wrong, thinks so much of himself. I actually think maybe he doesn't. But he's talking about this tremendous talent. And I said to my wife, I said, wait a minute. I listened to this guy, Krauthammer, saying it's the finest group of people ever to enter a political race in the history of the Republican Party, or something to that effect. I said, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? This is talent. Why am I doing this? And then about a month later, I said, all right, I'm going to do it, because I couldn't stand watching the Iran deal. I couldn't stand us getting pushed around by ISIS. I couldn't stand when I look at our military. I couldn't stand looking at the worst trade deals. The dumbest people in the world are making the worst trade deals, and you're a big beneficiary of that stupidity, I have to tell you. And I said to myself, we're going to do it. And I stood at the top of the escalator with my wife. I took a deep breath. This is not easy, folks. I mean, this is work, especially when I hear all about this talent. And thank you, man. I thought they were protesters, but they were on our side. I always say, Friend or foe? Friend or foe? Friend or foe? Well, I love our protesters because the only way we get the cameras to turn around and show how many people. Look at these corners. Corner, corner, corner. Wow, this is a hell of an impressive group. One thing I'll say, nobody gets the crowds that Trump gets, and nobody has more fun than we do. And the subject is no good because our country's going to hell. But the good news is we're going to make America greater, greater, greater than ever before. Okay? Telling you. We're going to make our country greater than ever before. I've gotten to know the people, and believe me, we're going to do something special. So I said, come on, let's go. I took a deep breath. I looked downstairs at Trump Tower, big building, big floors, and it was a sea of these guys, most dishonest people in the world. Look at them all back there. Look at them all, whoa, whoa, that's a big group of people. That's a lot of people back there. Where the hell do they come from? Look at that. How would you like to be doing this 2 or 3 times a day and always live television? And you know, you spew thousands and thousands of words, really hundreds of thousands of words, and if you do one little mistake, one little, it's off. They say, Donald Trump today said, I mean, give me a, and you notice no teleprompters, no speeches, I just have some statistics. No, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you. No, these are just statistics on how we're doing in Oregon, and a little shaky, but don't worry, it's going to be great when we straighten things out. We're going to be great. Thank you, fellas. So anyway, I come down the escalator, I say to my wife, come on, we have to do it. I didn't want to do it. You know, I have this great company. It's an amazing company and some of the greatest assets in the world. And I said to myself, we have to do it. You know, the country's been great to me, and I'm putting back. Boy, am I putting back. I didn't know I was going to be doing this. Supposed to be taking it easy. Instead, I'm going in reverse. But, you know, so I came down, and honestly, it was like, look at all of them back there. This is like a meeting. Here we are. Look at the press. They must think this is an important place, because that's more than average. I'm trying to figure that out. So why does Eugene, Oregon, have more than average? Because it's a great place, I guess. Why? It is a great place. It's beautiful. By the way, I have to tell you, the trip in, so beautiful. The fields, the trees. And look at all these strong people out here in the audience. See, years ago, I would have said, look at all these strong men. But today, if you say that, they say, you're sexist. That's horrible. Hillary Clinton would say, that was a horrible statement. He said, look at the strong men. He should say, look at the strong people. It has gotten so out of control, I have to tell you. It is so out of control. And just a little side note before we before we do our little escalator trip, but just a little side note. So I just learned that Crooked Hillary, along with her friend, you know, she's got this goofy friend named Elizabeth Warren. She's on her Twitter rant. She's a goofus. She is a goofus. So, Elizabeth, you ever see her? I mean, this woman, she's a basket case. By the way, she's done nothing in the United States Senate. She's done nothing. I'd love to run against her if I came from Massachusetts. You know, I did great in Massachusetts. I won Massachusetts with almost 50% of the vote. Now, it helped, in all fairness, that Tom Brady likes me, right? That helped, okay? Having him as my friend. But I won the thing by a landslide. And I was watching Fox, this horrible guy that said, Donald Trump, you know, I've been getting 60 and 70%, but we had 18 people. And this dope tonight on Fox said, you know, Donald Trump got 42% of the vote. And I had 7 people and 8 people and 14 people and 16 people in these contests, and Krauthammer says it too. He hasn't broken 50. Well, by the way, about 4 weeks ago, I'm breaking 50 like it's clockwork now, okay? And guess what? I'm breaking 60, and we had 3 people. But you just think about it. So I hear that goofy Elizabeth Warren, and I'm serious, this is a woman who has not done anything in the United States Senate, and they say, oh, she's a super liberal, and you know, her whole career is a fraud because she goes out and she says she's a Native American. I won't use the word Indian because they say it's not a nice word to use. So I will not say Indian. She is a Native American 5%, and therefore her whole career, because she was a minority, it's a disgrace what's going on in our country. So goofy Elizabeth Warren, I think that Hillary should run with goofy Elizabeth Warren. I would love to beat them. I would love to beat them. So I just heard, you know, they're doing the whole, she plays her woman's card, right? Hillary Clinton plays, it's the only card she has. Because honestly, without that card, she would get nobody voting for her, nobody. So every time you see something where like you're very nice, but not nice enough to a woman. You have to be very careful. So you're very nice, but not, did you see Donald Trump, the way he spoke to her? I mean, give me a break. So I just heard that she's got all of her friends from Wall Street. And by the way, I know her friends better than she does. They will get more done by contributing to her campaign. So they've got all the friends from Wall Street, and I don't even think she should be winning, because you know the system's rigged. It was rigged for me. The Republican system was actually better because it was less obvious, the rigging. And I realized, you know, because I'd win like Louisiana, and then I'd find out where are my delegates, and they'd take them out to dinner, and they'd get them hotel rooms, and they'd take them on a yacht, and all of a sudden they said, wait a minute, I won the state. Why don't I have as many delegates as a guy who came in 4th? And it happened, and I started to learn the system. And then I realized the only way I was going to win, like a boxer, you gotta knock them out. That way you don't have to rely on the judges, right? You gotta knock them out. Knock them the hell out. And I won with such massive margins. New York, I had 62%. I won every single county. Pennsylvania, every single county. We went to Connecticut, every single county. I won with men. I won, much more importantly, with women, big league. I won with Hispanics, with African Americans. We're going to put our country together, folks, I'm telling you. And we're going to bring jobs back like you have never seen before. So I just learned they have a $90 million fund where they're going to do negative ads, and they're ads about me and ads about women. First of all, nobody respects women more than Donald Trump, I'll tell you. Nobody respects women more. And my daughter Ivanka always says, Daddy, nobody respects women more than you, Daddy. What are they talking about? So here's the story, folks. They're going to do ads about me, and they're going to say, you know, take a statement where I'm on Howard Stern and we're kidding. Don't forget, I was never going to run for office. This just happened like 9-10 months ago. And boy, did we beat these people. Am I doing a good job? Right? On one of the shows this morning, they showed the margin of victory. I mean, boom, 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 boom. Somebody said, oh, so why won't he beat Hillary Clinton? And a poll just came out, Rasmussen, which is one of the most respected polls. Guess what, folks? I haven't started on crooked Hillary yet. Guess what? We're leading by 2 points, okay? We're leading. So they're going to do this $90 million ad campaign. And I said, you know what? I don't want to play dirty. I'm a very clean fighter. I took these people out. And you know Jeb Bush, as an example, who's a very low-key person. Well, I wanted to be low-key because it's nicer than saying low energy. And the only reason I'm not nice, he said, I'm not going to the thing. I'm not. But you know, all these guys like this guy, Lindsey Graham, He knows less about the military than my 10-year-old son, Barron. Barron plays military soldiers. He knows more about the military. He said, I've been fighting ISIS for many years. How dare Donald Trump tell me what to do? The guy, we're fighting, if you have him, you'll be fighting ISIS for many more years, believe me. I beat him so badly, and all he does, then he goes out and he endorses one guy, no good, another guy, no good. Then he endorses Jeb Bush, like right before he drops out. And he goes on television and he spews hate about me, spews hate. And I said, wait a minute, that's a guy that I defeated so badly that he went home and he started to cry, okay? He started to cry. And now he says, I won't vote for Donald Trump, I won't endorse him. Now here's the thing. So they signed a pledge. Remember, everybody wanted me to sign a pledge, right? They didn't care about anybody else, because who the hell cared about everybody else? 24 million people watching the first debate. 23 million people on CNN a couple of weeks later. The largest audience in cable history, the largest audience in the history of CNN. Do you think that was because of Lindsey Graham? I don't think so. So they had the largest audience in the history of CNN. The largest audience in cable, 24 million. That's like, you know, big stuff, right? And that's the way it is. So what happens is we go out, we go through it, and that's what's going to happen with Hillary. We are going to have such a victory of her. People don't understand. Women, you know, somebody said, he is not doing well with women. Well, let me tell you, women want strength. They want border security. They want a strong military. They don't want a woman that sits at home at 3 o'clock in the morning and she's sleeping and she doesn't answer the telephone, which she didn't. Remember her ad? I will be there to answer the phone. She was sleeping. She was sleeping. The last thing you need is another Clinton. That whole deal was a disaster. You look at what NAFTA has done to this country. I just left New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Maryland. I just left states that have been decimated by this bill signed by the Clintons.